What's up, YouTube? It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. This video right here is going to be for everyone, but especially for my elderly or older people. And it's going to also be for my shoppers around the holiday times, man. This is a very, very important time to be paying attention to everything around you. Uh, was it 2 days ago? A lady in my city just was carjacked and murdered for her vehicle. Just I think she was I believe she was at a red light, and somebody just I don't know if they hopped out of the car or ran up on her vehicle, how they did it, but they ran up on her with a weapon. Probably could have let her survive, which is a shame. They took her life, um, and took her vehicle, and fortunately they were caught by the police, and hopefully they don't never see another day of freedom in their life because that lady lost her life over absolutely nothing, over a vehicle, over a stone. Because you wanted to steal her vehicle, you could have let her live. You didn't have to kill her, man. So um, we have to be alert, man. It's the holiday season. It's the time where people that are either less fortunate or just don't want to get off their ass and make something happen for themselves feel like they can just take it from others, and they'll wait in parking lots. They'll wait in grocery store parking lots. They'll wait in Walmart parking lots for their Christmas gifts that you picked out, that you have no idea that they're plotting on. They'll follow you home from Walmart and wait for you to get comfortable around your home, thinking that you made it home, and wait for you to unload your car to walk in your house with those gifts, and then a car load of people jump out and rob you at gunpoint and take everything. You have to really be aware of your surroundings. If you've seen a vehicle that's been behind you since you left Walmart parking lot, something might not be right. If you made it all the way home and that car is still behind you on your street, and that's not your neighbor, you might want to lift those antennas, raise those antennas, um, and listen. If you do not have a firearm, a knife, pepper spray, something, you need something to help you get these people off of you, um, away from you, something to help you, because calling 911, they're not going to get there in time. The only way 911 will help you is if you're in your vehicle and you're driving and you're being followed, and you can constantly be talking on the phone and telling 911 where you're headed, what direction you're headed in, and hopefully they can make it to you in time while you're driving. But if you're actually being attacked outside of your vehicle, 911 is not going to get there in time. Everything is going to be done and over with, and you're going to be laying on the ground somewhere, and they are going to be showing up to put crime tape around the scene. That's what's going to happen. So people that's not motivated to carry, you need to really get motivated. If not for you, do it for your family. Do it for the people that you care about, because this is the season. These are the times that a lot of crime is going to start happening. It's going to pick up around the holidays. Um, you drive a nice car, if you like, if you know, if you your car draws a lot of attention, pay attention. Pay attention. Look through your rear view mirror. Make sure your doors is locked. I got a car that when I park my vehicle, when I put it in park, all my doors unlock, and I don't like that. I immediately lock them right back soon as they do that. I'm going to set it to where it doesn't do that. But I noticed, I've been noticing for a while. I just haven't changed it, but I need to. As soon as I put my car in park, all my doors unlock. And that I don't like that because now you got your car sitting in park, and if you start doing something in your car and you're not paying attention, all your doors are unlocked. Somebody could just walk up from the rear, jump in the back seat. Somebody could jump in the passenger. Somebody could open up the driver door. So pay attention to how your car works. Programs. Make sure your doors are locked. Um, People that live out in decent neighborhoods, stop getting so comfortable where you feel like I could just leave my doors unlocked and leave my garage wide open with all my. I know you probably got firearms and you probably wishing somebody would, and but I just wouldn't. I mean, why even take the chance? Why even? That's almost, I don't know. I never understood that. I mean, yeah, I understand you should be able to live how you want to live in your house, but I remember going to work out in uh, a suburban area and driving by a lot of these houses that used to just have their garages wide open with all of their supplies in there, all of their stuff just sitting there. And I used to be sitting there at the light looking like, damn, they real comfortable over here. Like they really feel like nothing's gonna happen over here. Like, they probably got a good community where the neighbors watch out for each other, but y'all feel that comfortable that y'all could just leave y'all shit wide open like that and nobody, I mean, absolutely nothing's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna try anything. I don't know, I don't. I wouldn't risk it. I don't care how good of a neighborhood I lived in. I wouldn't just leave all my shit unlocked and invisible to anybody. But to each his own. You know, you live and you learn. When it happens, you'll be one of the people on TV saying, "I would have never thought that something like that would happen over here in this neighborhood." It happens all the time. It'd be the same people with the same line every time they fall victim to something. Out of all I would have never thought it would happen here. Yes, it happens everywhere. Your town, city, street is not immune from burglary or violence. It's not. The criminals are finding out where you live too, and they're finding out, you know what? We got more to gain from robbing these people because this is where all the money and stuff is at. They got all the money and stuff out here. So they coming out there to your neighborhoods and running in your buildings and stuff now. So I'm telling you, stop getting in that relaxed mode thinking that it won't and can't happen to you. And like I said, I know some of you got guns and y'all itching to use them. And I wish somebody would come up in my house. They'd be toe tagged and yeah, it sound good. But you're not the only one with a gun. They're not. What you thinking? They coming in there with nothing? So just be careful, everybody, man. Especially the elderly people. This is not. This is something I tell my grandmother all the time. These are not the old days where younger people respected the older generation and had respect for them and would help them carry their bags or move out the way, let them skip in line or something like that. These are not those kids. This is not those generation of people. This generation of kids will knock you upside your head and take your bag. This generation of people will turn around and punch you in your face if you're standing too close behind them in the line. Don't get comfortable thinking that because you're older, you're going to get a pass. My grandmother drives a nice vehicle, and I tell her all the time, you have to be careful getting in and out of your car, going into stores and stuff like that. And it'll be groups of people sometimes at some of the stores that you go to. Some of these people are don't have anything and seeing you hopping out of these luxury vehicles and somebody you just never know. You know, these people are robbing people for their vehicles every day. Somebody will run up and hit you upside your head and take your vehicle. They don't care that you're an old lady. Actually, they prefer it that way because it's going to be less of a struggle for them. It's going to be easier for them to take your vehicle because they don't have to deal with it being a man. It's not going to be much of a fight, even though she thinks she can still whoop a young person. But anyways, man, just for the older people, just for everybody in general, older, younger, no matter really what your age is, you should always just keep your head on the swivel and be aware of your surroundings, man, because this is the time where it will get real crazy out there in the streets, out there shopping, um, bringing your groceries and bringing your gifts back to your car. Maybe you want to go shopping and have somebody with you, not be by yourself. So while you loading your vehicle up, you can have somebody looking around, seeing what's going on. So you're not busy just putting stuff in the car and somebody's walking up behind you and you don't see them. Or, somebody's watching you the whole time and you don't see them. Go shopping with somebody. See if a friend want to come with you or something like that. Just be aware, man, because it's crazy times. Like I said, that lady just lost her life a couple of days ago over her car. Over her car. He killed her over her car. Not over his car, over something she owned that he didn't, like, come on, man. People out here killing like it's stepping on ants, man. People don't have any remorse or any concern anymore about life. Life means nothing to a lot of people now. Life doesn't mean anything. They will take your life and go on about their day like nothing happened. And it's sad. But this is the world we living in now. And you better get armed or be a victim. Period, point blank. That's the only thing I can tell you is be armed or you just in that line right now waiting for your number to get called to be a victim. Because there was a point where I didn't carry. And I thought the same thing. I'm not worried about it. Um, I don't have problems with people out in the street. Nobody's looking for me. I don't have any issues with nobody in the street. Nobody looking for me. So I don't need to carry. I don't need to carry no weapon. And one day I'm coming out of a store. I'm getting ready to head to my car. I open my car door, and before I can lift my leg up to get into my vehicle, I had a gun pressed to the back of my head. Somebody then crept around cars and came around the back end of the car and ran up on me and had a gun pointed to the back of my head. And that changed everything for me. From that day on, I realized it doesn't matter if you don't have any problems with anybody. It doesn't matter if you're in your neighborhood where you're comfortable at. It doesn't matter, it just doesn't matter. You are not exempt. You are not, you don't get a pass. If somebody feels like you have something and they don't have it and they have a weapon on them and feel like they can take it from you, they will attempt to do that. And you need to be prepared for it, you know? And like I said, and not only did I not have a gun on me that day, but I was not paying attention to my surroundings. I was just walking to my vehicle, not looking around, not seeing that it was somebody, ducking low and coming around cars ready to catch me at my vehicle. Had I been looking around and paying attention, I might have been able to see the person coming around the back end of the cars before he could make it over there to cut me off. Maybe not. But it taught me a lesson, and from that day on, my head is on a swivel at all times. I'm watching and paying attention to everything. So that person that robbed me that day did me a favor. He did me two favors. He let me live because he could have killed me, and he gave me a new perspective on how I need to be carrying myself around the neighborhood. Stop feeling so comfortable like it can't happen to you. because he can. So I'm not going to let this video go too much longer. It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. Y'all, please be careful out there, man. This is the time in the seasons where people are out willing, ready to take. They're ready to take, and I don't just mean take your goods. They take your life. So y'all keep God in your life. Keep your head on the swivel. God bless y'all, man. Be safe out there. I'm out.